boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about lesson 24, lesson 25 from Eureka Math, part of module 5. We're going to be talking about decomposing and composing fractions greater than 1. So let's look at a fraction that's greater than 1, 7/3. So we're going to basically rewrite 7/3 as a mixed number, some vocabulary that we've talked about in the class. Here we have a fraction that's greater than 1. We know it's greater than 1 because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. We know that if this fraction were equal to 1, what number would be right here if this were to equal 1? That's right. If it were to equal 1, it would be 3/3. So how many groups of 1 are in 7/3? Well, to figure that out, let's count by 3/3. And now here I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do a little line. This isn't any kind of official way to draw this out, but I'm just gonna show I'm gonna show my thinking by drawing out groups of 3/3. 3/3, let's count by thirds. 3/3, 6/3. I have to stop there, right? So in 7/3, there are 2 groups of 3/3, and how much is left over? 3/3, 6/3, 1/3. So 6/3 plus 1/3 is 7/3. So here I've decomposed 7/3 into 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 1/3. Well, let's see if I can simplify the way that I'm working this out. How many groups of 3/3 can I pull out? Well, we already said that it's 2. So I'm just going to write 6/3, and over here I'm going to write whatever's left, 1/3. So I have 7/3 is equal to 6/3 and 1/3. Let's see. Is there any other way that I can write this? There are other ways. 7/3 equals 6/3 plus 1/3. 6/3 is what as a whole number? We know that 3/3 is 1, 3/3 is 1. So that means 6/3 equals what, boys and girls? 2. So another way that I can write 6/3, 1/3 is 2 and 1/3. Okay, so basically 7/3 is equivalent to 2 and 1/3. Any questions? Please raise your hand and I will come address you. Okay, also let's do a number line. So 0, 1, 2, and let's go to 3. So I'm going to show 2 and 1/3 on this number line. 1 whole, 2 whole, and then I'm going to break this into thirds. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. And then I'm going to show 1/3. So I have 1, 2, and 1/3. Let's see. But what if I break each whole number into thirds? How many thirds do I have here? 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3. So 2 is equal to 6/3. And what do I have over here? 1/3. So 2 and 1/3 is equal to 7/3. Now, I'd like you to do this problem. Actually, I'll write it here. I'd like you to do this problem. 13/5. I'd like you to, 1, decompose this number, just like we did here. We turned 7/3, and we saw how many groups of 3/3 we could pull out. 6/3, and what was left over? 1/3. So you're going to do the same thing here, except with 5/5, groups of 5/5. And from that, you'll find the whole number, and whatever remains is a fraction. So basically, you're composing this as a mixed number. Step 2, I want you to also show me a number line. Sorry if my writing is hard to read. I hope you can read it. That says decompose and number line. Okay? Go ahead and pause here so you can do that. Okay, welcome back. So I'm sure you pulled out 10 fifths or 5/5, 5/5. And what's left over? 3/5. So that means 5/5 is 1, 5/5 is 1. So that means this is equal to 2 and 3/5. Then to draw our number line, we're going to need 0, 1, 2, 3. Not quite even there, but you get the idea, I hope. And I'm going to show 1, 2, and I'm going to show 3/5. So that means my whole number needs to be divided into 5 pieces, partitioned into 5 pieces. So I put 4 marks, and that should make 5 pieces. Let's see if my whole number's in fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is in fifths. So now I'm going to show 1, 2, 3 fifths. So now I have 2, 2, and 3/5. Also, I can show all my fifths here by making 4 cuts. By making 4 cuts, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, 8/5, 9/5, 10/5 plus 3/5. That is equivalent to 2 and 3/5. Now, one more problem. This is now lesson 25. 2 and 1/6. And we're going to decompose this into an improper fraction, or we're going to take it from this form, from a mixed number, a whole number and a fraction, and just turn it into a fraction that's greater than 1. So the number on top is going to be bigger than the number on the bottom. The numerator is going to be larger than the denominator. It's going to be something in sixths. We're going to have some kind of number in sixths. I'm sure some of you have already raced to do this because this is a review, but let's see. The first thing I'm going to think about when I try to turn this into an improper fraction, when I try to turn this into a fraction greater than 1, I think how many groups of 6/6 are in 2 whole? So I know that 6/6 plus, I know that each whole number is composed of 6/6. So that means inside of this 2 is 12/6. I can imagine 6/6 and 6/6 being equal to 12/6. And then what's left over? 1/6. Now, what's 12/6 plus 1/6? This 2 is equal to 12/6. 1/6. That's right, 13/6. We've done it, boys and girls. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it, young people. So the first thing I thought about was how many 6/6 are in one whole. Now let's draw this on a number line. This is lesson 25. So over here, we'll draw our number line. We'll start with 0, 1, 2, and we'll go up to 3. Now I'm going to show every group. I'm going to partition each whole number into 6. I'm going to make 5 partitions in each whole number. And now I'm going to get up to 13/6. Where do you think 13/6 is going to be? Right there. That's right. We'll see. 1, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 10, 6, 11, 6, 12, 6, 13/6. 13/6. There you have it. Now I'd like for you to try this one. 2 and 4/5. Let me see, how long has this video been going? Okay, it doesn't tell me. Okay, 2 and 4/5. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to think about how many groups of 5/5 are in this number. see if you can make a number line. See if you can rewrite this as a improper fraction. Go ahead and pause here. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Let's see if your work compares to mine. So I know that in 2 whole, 5/5, 10/5, each whole number is equal to 5/5. So 5/5 plus 5/5 is 10/5. If you're having trouble with that idea, I would draw 2. If you were struggling with this, I would draw 2 and then show it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I would show each whole number being equal to 5/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way you're realizing, oh, if I cut one whole into 5 pieces, it's 5/5. So 1 equals 5/5. So that way when we have 2 here, we see 5/5 plus 5/5 is 10/5. Okay, so if you're struggling with that, think about this idea right here. Think about this picture, this visualization. Okay, so now I see that as an improper fraction, it's going to be equal to 14/5. And we can go ahead and draw that. I'm going to need 0, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to show each 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm going to show 14/5, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, 8/5, 9/5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14/5. And there you have it, folks. We've turned a mixed number into an improper fraction. And another way we can see this too is 1, 2, and 4/5. 1, 2, and 4/5. Your practice problems are, I didn't write them down. Let's see. Your practice problems are 3 and 1/4 and 2 and 4/10. That's kind of an annoying one. Let me change that. 2 and 2/3. There you go. You're welcome. Oh, you can't even see them. 3 and 1/4 and 2 and 2/3. Those are your 2 practice problems. I'd like you to show them. I'd like you to show these 2. We'll just turn them into fractions greater than 1, and also write a number line. So I'm going to have you decompose as a fraction greater than 1 and a number line. Make a number line.